Hello everybody and welcome back to the Willow Witch Tarot channel. Today we are doing a love reading. So we are asking, what do you need to know about your partner today? We're going to draw 3 cards together to help you choose your pile. These are already pre-shuffled. And let's see, I believe this will be pile number 1. Now, of course, if you do not currently have a partner, you can use this reading however it resonates for you. So that could be a love interest, that could be a future love interest, a future spouse. It could be somebody that you're hoping to reunite with, anything like that. It could even be non-romantic, although we will be discussing it as if it's a romantic partner. So just so you're aware, but feel free to use it as you feel is relevant to you. Now we'll be turning over these top cards for you to help guide you in. Please note that we are using different tarot decks for each of the different piles today. So pile number 1 will have the Light Seer Tarot, pile number 2 will have the Spiritsong Tarot, and pile number 3 will have the Tarot of the Divine. Okay, so pile 1. You have Demonstrate Love. Beautiful. Pile number 2, you have Romance. Gorgeous. Okay, and pile number 3, you have I Love You. I'm already loving the energy coming through these readings today. So, all right, go ahead and feel free to pause the video if you need some more time to decide on your pile. Feel free to, of course, listen to more than one pile if you feel drawn to more than one. And I will see you soon in your piles. Okay, pile number 1, welcome to your reading today. So I am already getting a message that this person is going through some sort of a awakening. So we're going to find out more about what that means specifically in your situation. We've got some pre-drawn oracle cards here that I'm just going to set right down here. We're going to go ahead and draw a tarot card together from this beautiful tarot of the Psychic Heart. I might be saying that wrong. Let me just double check it. Here we go. Psychic Tarot for the Heart. My apologies. So this is the Psychic Tarot for the Heart. I've actually used it quite a bit. I'm just terrible at remembering the names of these decks. But I love the feel of this deck. This deck also has some extra cards for the 7 chakras, so very much resonates with my own personal spiritual practices, which tend to lean a bit more Buddhist. Okay, and I believe this is going to be your indicator card here. Wow, change your focus. So this is the 5 of Cups. It has a bit of a different meaning in this deck than in a traditional tarot deck. So here, it's all about essentially opening your eyes to a new perspective. And so I can see that your person here, this very much speaks back to that feeling that I got initially of having some sort of an awakening. So if they haven't been demonstrating love, or I'm also getting that maybe you have different love languages, and so they are waking up to the fact that the way to show you love may be different than how they came in thinking. If this is somebody who is not currently your partner, it may also be that they are waking up to the fact that they are quite attracted and interested in you. It may be a reigniting of that passion between you, and it could even be somebody coming back around if that resonates for you. And maybe they've been off kind of distracted by something else and their focus is coming back towards you in this relationship. Let's find out a bit more. So we've got some oracle cards here. Wisdom with the keyword of remember. So that's really interesting. Again, maybe somebody is coming back around, or it also could be that there's a bit of an awakening to something that they remember about you and your connection. This could be talking about a past life connection as well. And it does say here in this initial card that you were drawn to in Demonstrate Love, find out what is important to those you love and act on it. So again, something about waking up to the right way to court you, the right way to be romantic towards you, maybe just learning more about your particular likes and dislikes and deciding to act in a way that is really going to make you feel truly loved and truly seen. There's very much a sense of seeing, of opening their own eyes and making you feel like you're being looked at in a completely new light by this person. Wow, ancient Chi, Tibetan copper, activate strength and life force. Lucky number 13 as well. Yeah, so 13 makes me think of the death card, that dying out of an old way, that's time has passed, and coming into a new way of being, a true transformation in this relationship with this partner, and actually very much within themselves. Copper makes me think of like that alchemical process of transformation, and there's something about how this person has been hammered out, maybe has gone through some really tough times in life and is starting to really shine, is starting to really become this strong, this almost feels like a shield. So somebody who will protect you, somebody who will protect your connection, and is going to be able to really feed the relationship through their own connection, their own tapping into their own chi, and even an ancient source of chi. So something about healing, about tapping into, maybe there's some ancestral healing and some ancestral trauma that was getting in the way, and that's being healed, so that it feels like your person is able to tap into their roots now, or will be able to soon, and pull on the strength of their own ancestors and bring that wisdom and that strength in this beautiful, bright, new way into the relationship, and really breathe life force into the connection between you two. Okay. Wow, number 34, attraction. I love this card. These beautiful purple pansies. 34 is such a synchronistic number to me that symbolizes the coming together of two perfectly matched partners. So numbers 3 and 4 are very much, the masculine, the divine masculine and the divine feminine of the tarot. So when you have 34 together, to me, it just always very strongly, especially in a love reading like this, symbolizes this perfect complementing energy where not only do you find your complement in each other, but you each help each other to find your own balance within yourselves. That's what the true meaning of having a twin flame or soulmate relationship, whatever words you put on that type of spiritual romantic connection, or even just spiritual connection if romance doesn't resonate here for you. But it is finding yourself by loving another. So when you love each other in a really truly spiritual a way that calls each other to step up to the plate, to really become your best, most authentic self, and not to settle for anything less, then you are in a divine union, right? So really beautiful there. And it's interesting because since this reading is about what do you need to know about your partner, I feel very strongly that your partner, especially with this coming out underneath change your focus, is starting to see this, is starting to recognize you as their partner in this divine union, as somebody that they can grow with, as somebody who's spiritually calling to them, as somebody who allows them and wants them to grow and is pushing them to be their most healthy, authentic self. And they want to do that in reciprocation for you as well. Wow, the journey. Yeah. So this person absolutely 100% is recognizing the deep spiritual wisdom and growth of being in this connection with you, and the fact that you two are on a journey together, and that not only that, but that they've been on their own journey in order to be able to come together with you, to find you in this moment in this life. You know, honestly, it's always such a miracle when you can find somebody that you care so deeply about, and then they care for you, you know, right back, and you complement each other. Like, what are the chances, right? There's so many people that we aren't compatible with, and yet being able to find someone who is also looking for you at the same time is a, you know, a tiny miracle. A miracle that sometimes only happens once in a lifetime, right? So they're recognizing this, and they're truly appreciating this. I'm also getting that there might be an age gap for some of you guys here. Some ages could be 29, 36, 34, 48, getting 18 for somebody as well. But there could be a bit of an age gap with these two coming out, 36 and 29, maybe like a 7-year age gap, which can have some, you know, 7 years is a spiritually significant number, so that's kind of why it stood out to me there. But all right, so now we're going to draw some cards from this tarot deck, the Light Seer's Tarot. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle. It's already pre-shuffled, but I always like to shuffle our tarot deck on screen to kind of get the energy of everyone who is watching. Oh, it's a messy shuffle. Interesting. So maybe you guys have been having a little bit of a messy time here with this person. Maybe it's just been a messy time in both of your lives or in one of your lives, and it's kind of bled into the relationship a bit. There's definitely some recognition of that from your partner here, and I'm almost getting like a little bit of an apologetic air as well for the mess, and they want to kind of like clean things up and straighten things out and change that focus and get back to what feels really good and clean and clear between you, is the message coming through there. Okay, 7 of Cups. Yeah, so perhaps there's been a lot of choices. This could resonate in a lot of different ways. For some of you, it could be that this person was, you know, choosing to pursue this relationship versus going off into some other thing. Maybe they went off for a while and are coming back. Maybe you have had a lot going on. You know, maybe there's been issues with health or work or school or other relationships that have needed to be kind of sorted out, and something needed to be gotten really clear on here. And this is starting to happen. So there's some clarity coming in after this time of maybe confusion, maybe even a bit of, sorry, my dog is like barking in her sleep. So maybe there's been a bit of like external noise, like yapping is kind of the message coming through, like other people getting in the way. 9 of Wands. So the message coming through with this 9 of Wands here right after the 7 of Cups is that your person has kept the light on. So even if there's been times where you guys kind of seem to miss each other, you know, pass each other like two ships in the night, or it seemed like there was a lot of smoke and cloudiness and fog in the way of you seeing each other and connecting in that really clear, meaningful way, they've kept this torch burning. They've kept up this almost like they've been a sentinel. They've been standing guard waiting for, guarding their heart, guarding their body, guarding their soul in order for you guys to come back together. They've been waiting for the right time, or my voice is getting a little bit grumbly, so maybe there's been a bit of a struggle in communication. Maybe they haven't felt like they could reach out and communicate to you, so they've been biding their time in some way. Somehow there's been a bit of a pause, and yet they've not lost sight of where they want this connection to go, even if they maybe only knew it in one part of themselves and not like consciously as much as you would have wished. There's very much this sense that within their soul, within their heart, this flame here is really making me think of like their passion, their conviction, their spiritual light, that they knew that they were waiting and biding their time for this to come to the place that it's coming to now, this really good, healthy, clear place. What else do you need to know about your partner today? Four of Cups. Yeah, kind of more of the same. For some of them, it may have even felt a bit like apathy, like they were kind of almost, I don't know, this could be a lot of different things. So if it doesn't resonate for your person, then, allow it to pass. This may just be for some people that are watching here, but there may have been some mental health issues going on, or depression, or they may have been even dealing with somebody else who was having those issues. It could have also been that there was a sense of frustration, of like things getting in the way, and it just led them to kind of have to sit on their hands and wait for the right time to come, wait for this confusion and struggle and interference to pass. And it was really frustrating. I'm getting a sense of like, I just want this to be done with. I just want us to be able to, share this cup of love, right? And here it is. I mean, it's here, it's in the picture, and yet this person's not quite getting it just yet, but it's coming. It's coming in. Let's see what else we have to say here. Okay, yeah, so here comes the clarity, right? Quickly, it's literally flying in, this sharp sense of cutting through this fog, of making a decision and taking action. The Knight of Swords is literally the quickest moving card in the pack. Knights are all about movement, and swords are the fastest. So this is the quickest card we could have gotten here underneath the Seven of Cups. So this is passing. There are decisions being made by your partner. There's action that's going to be taken exceedingly soon. So that's good news for those of you who've been kind of confused or lost or waiting, or felt like your person was kind of sitting on their hands and not really doing much here. That will change. Yeah, the Hanged Man. So again, a change in perspective, a change of focus. There's this light in this card. There has been this pause, but it's been actually for a reason, for a extremely important and healing and positive reason. Look at this, all of this wisdom coming to this person here, this light of understanding, this light of intuition, this hit of seeing the future in a way that they didn't before. And all of these runes here in the water swirling around with this figure here touching the water, and it almost looks like the runes kind of coming up into their hand, into their body. That's a lot of deep, ancient wisdom that they've tapped into. And so with this coming out underneath the Knight of Wands, it does feel like while they've been going through this pause, they've kept their sights set on this relationship with you. So there's a very strong message coming that this was meant. They actually ventured down this path, this spiritual, I got the word paralysis. So perhaps that's what it's felt like in a way, is this true paralysis type of pause, almost like a vision quest in a way. They've taken this kind of scary leap in order to be able to come back to you a changed person and be able to really fulfill the purpose that they see in this relationship between the two of you. Yeah, Five of Pentacles. It's interesting here because this Four of Cups and Five of Pentacles is making me think that they got actually quite a bit of understanding about their own hang-ups and their own traumas that were the reason for their holding back before and their confusion before. So they are getting clear sight into why they had some issues, essentially, and they're going to be able to clear that out of the way. Let's see what else we've got here. I feel like we need a little bit more to see the next kind of path that this person is going down. Oh, wow. Yeah. So we've got the Empress, we've got the Two of Wands, and we've got the Moon. Beautiful. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Pentacles. So look at them able to show up and give generously here. There's going to be an equal give and take, where perhaps before that was maybe one of the struggles of this relationship. I'm going to actually put this just right here so you guys can still see it. So with the Empress, the Two of Wands, and then the beautiful Moon card, which I love here because there's this feeling of deep spirituality in this reading in general, and the Moon is definitely one of those more spiritual, kind of esoteric, mystical feeling cards. And so with this Empress birthing a new world and the Two of Wands making plans, right? And then the Moon card coming next, it feels like the universe doesn't really want to give a lot away about what's coming, but they want you to know that it's good, that it's beautiful, that it's going to lead to growth, happiness, creativity, healing, that there's a lot of inspiration and hope coming in from your partner here, and that while they're not going to give everything away, a big reason of that is really just not to spoil the surprise. Like, you guys don't need to be worried about what's coming here. Look at this beautiful full moon. You've got this gorgeous balance between this white wolf and this black wolf in this painting here. And with the mermaid, you know, underneath the surface, it kind of feels like something's being prepared, something's being incubated in a way that's going to be something magical, something that's not usually maybe even seen, you know, maybe something that you weren't expecting, but it's a positive surprise. There could be definitely some travel with this world and this van with this like surfboard propped against it in this picture here. There could even be children in the future, you know, perhaps taking your relationship to the next step, maybe birthing a project together. Excuse me. Maybe birthing something together that was previously kind of on the back burner or seemed like out of reach. Yeah. Okay. So I think that is going to be your entire reading, my beautiful pile number one. Really exciting stuff to know about your partner here. So I'm really glad that we did this reading for you today, and thank you so much for coming and sharing your beautiful energy with me. And if you'd like to get notified about future readings, please definitely hit that subscriber button. That also helps me to grow the channel and keep doing these free readings for everybody here. And then if you liked it, don't forget to like it, and I would love to hear any comments if you have any feedback. Always love reading your guys' comments. So, all right, some beautiful pile number 1. You take care. This looks absolutely amazing. So, super happy for you and your partner to move into this next phase. So, all right, take care, pile number 1. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading today about what do you need to know about your partner. So this is a love reading, as I said in the introduction, but you can take it for however it resonates for you today. We're going to be drawing a few, one indicator card from this tarot deck. We've already drawn a few oracle cards here that I'm just going to set aside, and then we'll be drawing tarot cards as well. Towards the second half of your reading. So you guys were drawn to this beautiful romance card, number 25, and it says, lavish the one you love with personal attention and affection. So to me, this feels like an increase in the quality time that you guys will be spending together here soon. So let's get a little bit more into that. Maybe find out why, find out when, what, where, all kinds of things. Whatever the cards wish to bring to our attention today, we will be listening. All right, I'm getting this as your, oh wow, so we have the card listen. So the cards definitely, there's something there with me saying we will be listening to the cards, and then this card coming out, listen. This is number 2 in this beautiful, it is the Psychic Tarot of the Heart deck, and this black indicates that this is a major arcana in this deck, so this is number 2, which would be the High Priestess in a traditional tarot deck. So we have listen, something about your partner actually like developing their intuition, and it seems like almost without even trying. There's something going on. Yeah, let's find out a bit more, but I'm getting a bit of a message. We'll see if it's confirmed by these other cards. Oh wow, yeah. Harmony, perfect balance, number 13. Buddha's Delight, Neptune Gold. Laughter, communication, and immunity with number 14. Productivity with the Pumpkin, number 8. And Pachamama, number 40. So there's something here. Look at these beautiful fall themed colors. And even this card has a bit of a fall look to me, even though they're like underwater. I don't know, something about these beautiful golds and the oranges here coming in with the fish and the coral. So something with the fall. Definitely, if you had any question about timing around this, or even timing for when this was inspired, fall might have a special significance to you. Maybe it's when you met your partner, or when one of you has a significant something in their life, like a birthday or your anniversary, something here with the fall. And this listen, you know, with the harmony and the Pachamama and this laughter, communication, immunity, there's a feeling of being healed by the earth. So something has been going on with your partner. Maybe they've been getting more time out in nature. Maybe they've just been able to be more grounded. And if this doesn't feel like it's currently or it has been happening, it may be coming. So this may be a different, it could be different timelines for different people coming to this reading. This may be coming in the future where your partner, through this grounding experience, will be listening more deeply to their own intuition, but they'll also be able to listen more deeply to you on an emotional level. So there's going to be a greater emotional resonance between the two of you. that will allow for greater harmony, more laughter, better communication. And this immunity here, it feels like an immunity to stress, to outside interference, to pressures on your relationship. So if there's been any sort of pressure, I'm almost getting kind of from this drive to be productive, maybe work has been interfering, getting in the way of the two of you having that romance, that harmonious, balanced connection, that time to really sit down and listen to each other and really connect on that deep emotional level. If work's been getting in the way, or anything else, kids, taking care of a loved one that's ill or elderly, even just like being active in your garden, or doing things because it's the time to be outside. Maybe it's, depending on where you are in the world, it might be right now in the northern hemisphere where I am, it's been like planting time, and it's been everybody goes and buys flowers and is doing stuff outside to get ready for the growing season, right? So maybe that's been taking a lot of time. If you're in the southern hemisphere, perhaps you've been spending a lot of time preparing for the winter, right? Getting ready for the cold time of the year, the time when you need to kind of batten down the hatches and make sure your house is in good repair, or whatever it might be, right? So lots of different scenarios there that are kind of coming through, but moving past that a little bit. With Pachamama, this is the great Mother Earth goddess. There's a feeling of getting back to the roots of what brought the two of you together in the first place. Something that felt extremely natural, extremely right. Something that almost felt like both of you were born into this way of relating and way of connecting with each other. It just felt natural when you were first attracted to each other, when you first connected, in a deeper way, and sat down and had a conversation and talked about your dreams and your lives before you met. And there was something about that really turning on this switch for your partner, in that they understood in that moment that there was something greater bringing the two of you together that was really wholesome and really natural and really correct. And maybe there's been a bit of a swaying away from understanding that feeling, just because of the demands from needing to be financially solvent, whatever it is, solvent, I think is the word, because I'm just getting like this gold, that there's a bit of maybe a money influence here as well. But what your partner wants you to know, what your guides want you to know about your partner, is that they are getting more grounded. They are going to be able to find more balance, more time, in order to listen to you, in order to connect in really romantic ways, in ways that make you feel, like back to that kind of perfect balance, that perfect harmony. Okay, so let's go ahead and take some tarot cards here. And I do want to shuffle this deck a few times just on camera. It's pre-shuffled, but I always like to shuffle on camera so I have the energy of everybody watching as we shuffle, kind of working with your energy as well, so that these messages are as relevant as possible to you. Okay, so we've got Page of Crystals, ideas, and discipline are the keywords. And the crystals here are the Pentacles. King of Feathers, logic and justice, and the feathers are the wands. This is King of Wands. Beautiful. I'm actually just going to scoot your cards over a little bit so we can fit in all of our tarot cards. So we've got a fox and a lion, again with the orange theme here. So really interesting colors, very different from pile one's colors. Definitely feels like a warm, yeah, I just keep being brought to that feeling of harvest. Knight of Crystals, endurance and determination. So this is the Knight of Pentacles, that real steadfast, feels like something, you know, with the Page of Crystals moving to the Knight and the King of Feathers sitting in the middle here. It feels like something that you've been, and so I say you, but it's actually coming through as like you and your partner together in this relationship. Something that the two of you have been almost being compelled towards. You know, it feels as if it's just this like natural path of events coming, and you may have not even realized what road you were on here, but there is steady progress being made, and it's something that's almost you've been called to. So I'm getting the message that there may be a deeper purpose to the two of you being together, and that your partner may be starting to come into that realization, that there's something so perfect and so harmonious about the way that the two of you complement each other and balance each other out, and even what you bring into the world. Perhaps you are productive together. Yeah, getting that that's also the meaning of this card. So there's something with your purpose together, and maybe you have a business together, or you will start one together. It could be the way that you have a family together, or how you're active in your community. Perhaps you volunteer together, perhaps you create. Yeah, there's something here with this calling that you together have been slowly moving towards, and your partner wants you to know that they recognize that they're coming into this recognition, and that it's something that actually increases their feeling of romance towards you, like this feeling of it being just so right and so good for this world. Something that's, you know, you two being together and being in a partnership together is helping them to understand their place in a way that they didn't even realize was possible. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Someone wants to jump out. 4 of Acorns, comfort and community. Beautiful. So the acorns, I believe that these are cups. I'm just having a quick moment of wanting to double check myself. Let me just double check that I am calling those correct. Okay, my apologies. So I just double checked, and the feathers are actually the swords. So I always get confused with this particular card because the lion and the colors always make me think of wands. But then when this came out, I was like, wait, I think that's the symbol for fire. So acorns are indeed wands. So this is the 4 of Wands, so a beautiful card there. Often we see that as the marriage card or the celebration card. Here it says comfort and community. So it's something about really finding your place within your community, something that you're just natural at. So again, reiterating that same idea, with this being the King of Air, the King of Swords, I feel like it still has that same meaning that I was interpreting earlier when I was thinking it was the King of Wands, with an additional bit of clarity of it just feels so logical, right, to do this together. So that's what your partner is starting to realize and what they want you to know. There could be, with this Page of Crystals, this Page of Pentacles often being a gift, and then this Four of Wands, there definitely could be a surprise proposal here for somebody, or maybe you know it's coming, and this could just be a confirmation here as well, so that's just for a few people. Always fun when a message like that comes through. Kind of unusual in my readings, actually. Two of Feathers, so this will be the Two of Swords, so decisions and direction. Yeah. Okay, and then getting this one, the Emperor, focus and stability. Gorgeous wildcat there. Yeah, so there's definitely some sort of a foundation building here, and your person really, like, the message is coming through so strongly and so clearly that they want to be this solid rock for you, that they want to build this grounded foundation. They want to grow this slowly over time, but steadily and in a way that makes you feel safe, makes them feel inspired, and the two of you together, they see you being so good, so beneficial to the world, to people around you, to nature perhaps, to animals. I love the two foxes right next to each other here. Let's get just a couple more tarot cards here to round out your reading. The Moon, interesting. Pile number 1 also got the Moon as one of their final cards, so there may be some crossover for some of you there. In the World, fulfillment and celebration. Beautiful. Okay. So, with these two major arcana coming out, with the Moon and the World, I am getting that for some of you, this may actually be a bit of a surprise. The fact that your partner wants to work together, that they see you being maybe business partners, that they see you as such a perfect match. Maybe they haven't indicated that to you just yet. With the Moon, there may be some lack of clarity, some lack of communication. It could even be that this person has really been kind of standing back and observing from a distance, okay? So if that's the case, it does feel like there's going to be this this sense of like coming together, completion, fulfillment, celebration. You know, the World card is the final card in the major arcana. It symbolizes the closing of a chapter successfully with the utmost everything happening the way that you wanted, the best way possible, the way that it's meant to be. And so this is very much, you know, as they say, in the cards, right? So the two of you coming together, having this romance, having this perfect balance, this harmony, this grounded rightness, you know, perhaps getting engaged, getting married, this maybe starting a business, maybe starting some other creative endeavor or a family together, being really able to enact and bring into the world your greatest desires, your vision, your fullest potential. I love that this card in this deck for the World is this beautiful whale, you know, one of the most magnificent, oldest creatures on our planets, creatures that have incredible knowledge and are tapped into the, I want to say, like the spirituality of the earth. They're tapped into the energy, the lifelines, the truly like how the rhythms of the world are. They're really tapped into the song of the oceans and of the planet itself. And they're caretakers in the kind of like original meaning and help to keep, you know, the largest part of our world, which is the oceans, clean and healthy, and you know, nourish a lot of animals. So in a circular way, I'm trying to say that your relationship has this feeling to your partner, this feeling of being tapped in, of being exactly where they needed to be, of having come together after a million little things snapped into place perfectly, and it's just incredible to them. And they're tapping into this emotional resonance where their feelings about you and about this relationship are becoming more romantic and more celebratory and inspired, and you really light up their imagination and their desire to create beautiful things together. So that's what your partner wants you to know about them. That's what your guides want you to know about your partner. So beautiful, beautiful reading, pile 2. So inspiring. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me today, and I hope that this brought you some benefit as well. If you liked this reading, definitely give it a thumbs up. That definitely helps the channel. Also, if you'd like to subscribe and be notified of when I put out new readings, go ahead and do that as well. And any comments or shares or anything like that, of course, are always appreciated. And I hope to see you again in a future reading. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you're at. Take care. Hello, pile 3, and welcome for joining. Welcome to this reading, and thank you for joining me today. It's meant what I meant to say. So this beautiful card you were drawn to, I love you. It says these are powerful words. We've got number 20, which just feels very balanced. There's definitely a message coming through here about some sort of sound, significance, communication, maybe through music. Something that your partner is going to communicate with you may have something to do with the way that they're going to communicate it. Maybe they're going to write you a poem or send you a song that they heard, or even write you a song if your person's musical like that. So we'll get more into that. We've got some oracle cards here. We also have your tarot deck that we'll draw from in the second half of the reading. And then we are going to start out with the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. And this deck here, I am going to go ahead and shuffle a couple of times, and then we're going to pull out a indicator card for you here from this beautiful tarot deck. It always kind of feels a bit more like an oracle deck to me, so that's kind of how I'm using it today. Okay, wow. So you guys have the Fool card. For the keyword in this deck is trust. It's the very first card in the major arcana. And I am getting, for some of you, this may not resonate for all of you, but for some of you, this does feel like a very new connection. And that's either you haven't met yet. I'm just kind of noticing like the wistful look, and then this person with their closed eyes. It almost feels like for some of you, perhaps you've seen this person but haven't talked a lot yet, or maybe you've just gone on a date or two. Maybe you are in the same friend group, but there's not an established connection there. So that may not resonate for all of you. You know, if you are an established connection, then we'll kind of get into more of the messages as we go. But this is just a nod to those of you for who this is a new or a future connection, right? So nurturance. Wow, another 20. Restore your balance. We've got 20, 0, 20. It does feel very balanced and a lot of zeros here. So definitely that feeling of newness, of new beginnings, of something coming in that is fresh, that really hasn't been encountered before. So that could even just be a new page within an established relationship. For some of you, it could be somebody coming back in a new way to try again. But for a lot of you, it does feel like this is a new connection or a new person, or you may be asking about your future partner. Okay? With this light here and this winter feeling and kind of this like cozy hug, it does feel like maybe there's been this connection coming in is going to feel like this cozy hug on a winter night, right? There's this like sense of just finding that person that you want to come home to, that you want to snuggle up to, that you want to just like hang out, watch movies, you know, you just feel so good in each other's presence, and you feel like you can relax and truly be safe and secure and comforted. So a really cozy feeling coming through here. Let's see what else we've got. Lemurian seed crystal, shungite, aqua aura quartz. Keywords are stillness, rejuvenation, and soul purpose with 42. This is just absolutely gorgeous. Really kind of surprising, but it resonates because there may be a sense of knowing each other before you've met, and maybe that's why, for a lot of you, getting the sense that you're drawn to this person almost in a way you don't fully understand. You just, something in your soul calls out, and they have that same feeling towards you. So there's just a sense of it being almost pre-written or predestined when you do finally come together. I am getting a quick side note for some of you, there may be some initial resistance from your partner to this connection because it is so strong that it almost feels like their will is being taken away from them. And I apologize for laughing. It could be very overwhelming at the time, but you know, it truly, it's a like once in lifetimes type of magnetic pull towards each other. And so even if there's initial resistance or initial fear, that's quickly going to be overcome once they realize how right this is for them in ways that they didn't even understand was possible. And there's going to be this sense of stillness, rejuvenation, that this connection for them truly feels like a soul purpose, like this was part of what they were put here on this earth for and what they came here for. You know, some of you may relate to having past lives, maybe Lemuria may resonate for some of you, and it feels like they are going to come to that kind of same realization, even if it's in different language. So a lot of times, you know, in partnerships, there's one person who's very like spiritually aware and spiritually awakened, and the other person may not be a type of person that's, you know, feels comfortable talking about past lives or feels like it resonates for them, but they may talk about it in a different way of it being that they just feel cozy. They feel like they can let down their guard with you in a way that they've never been able to, that it almost feels like you know, that you guys almost should be family, that you're like a long last family member. You fit so well together and you just understand each other and complement each other in ways that seem almost magical. Okay, let's see what else we've got here. So we have stimulation with chili. Okay, a little spice coming in here. So there could also be that really, really strong pull between the two of you, that, you know, you have a really strong physical connection. You're really, really attracted to each other, attracted to each other's minds, attracted to how you both show up in the world. You may just be like unable to get enough of each other's presence, of each other's company. I'm getting the message that your partner thinks that you smell really good. So, you know, things like that. Oh wow, and the sun, number 53. Yeah, it, you know, it feels like when you come into each other's lives, or your partner wants to know that when you know, did, or when you already came into each other's lives, or in the future when you will, that it felt like you became their sun. Like before, they were kind of doing their own thing, and, you know, they maybe had relationships previously that were like fine, or, you know, maybe for some of them not so great, but they were a bit more of a minor, you know, just kind of a part of their life. But when you came into their life, it felt like you were their life. And it feels like that still for those of you who are with this person. This feels like an eternal sense that they would never want to go away, and that would be completely impossible for it to go away. There's this feeling that they initially may not have trusted this, and that one of their big lessons in this relationship has been stepping into that trust of just allowing this to be the intense, all-consuming, and extremely, like they just like want to be around you all the time. Like they get warmed by you, they find you spicy in all the great ways, they find your conversations stimulating, they at the same time, almost, you know, counterintuitively, they find you extremely calming and rejuvenating, and they feel like they can relax around you. You know, they just, everything in them says those 3 words, right? That I love you. Like they can't do anything else. They literally couldn't resist if they tried. And some of them may have tried initially, but it didn't last for very long. Okay, so we've got tarot cards here. Let's see what else you need to know about your partner, what your guides want to tell you. 3 of Coins. So that's a 3 of Pentacles. I'm going to actually pull all of your tarot cards and then we'll talk about them. Page of Cups. Beautiful. Six of Wands. Love to see that. And yep, I think it's these 3. Okay. 10 of Coins. Yeah. Queen of Coins. God, they're just like so in awe of you. And the Tower. Okay. Yeah, so this is really honestly just reiterating a lot of what we've already said, where this Tower with the 6 of Wands above it is one of the most positive towers I've ever seen come out in a reading, because it feels like their whole life just fell to the ground and was rebuilt in like the blink of an eye when they met you, and in the most beautiful, successful, amazing way that they literally could not have foreseen. Like this was a complete shock to them. So I don't know what happened, what you did, or if you just showed up in their world and they were just like literally like the angel singing in the background sort of. Oh, okay, so when I was getting like the music feeling at the beginning of the reading, literally it just clicked that when they saw you or when they see you, it feels like there's just like a choir of angels like singing in the background, like you like glow like the sun, you know, you sparkle and shine, and you're just like the most beautiful thing they've ever seen, and their entire world like revolves around you. So wow. They're like head over heels, completely a goner. So And yeah, they want to build with you. So they see this, this is not just like a flash in the pan. This is like a eternal, lasting, something that they want to build on, with this 3 of coins turning into the 10 of coins. They want to leave a legacy. They want to grow old with you together here. Maybe have a bunch of kids or a bunch of pets, or, contribute to your community together, whatever it might be. They really want to have this like long established legacy, and they want to keep building on this trust with you. The Page of Cups and the Queen of Coins here, it does feel like there could be an age difference here for you guys. So they might be younger than you. They might also just really, it feels like they really look up to you, and they want to give you more than they've ever given to anyone, and perhaps that's a bit intimidating to them. They're not 100% sure that they can show up in the ways that you need. Maybe you've had more relationships than them, or maybe you're just more spiritual and they're not sure that they can come to that level of spiritual resonance with you. So I am getting a message for some of you that that may actually be a really good conversation to have, of like, what is your love language? How do you feel loved when people show up for you? In what ways? Because this will actually really help them to love you better, but also to feel like they're being a partner that is deserving of you, right? Like, I don't see that they have like self-image issues or anything like that, which is always a good thing. So it's more of them just wanting to make sure that they honor you, because they see you as this queen. They see you, not gender specific, so however it resonates for you, but they see you as somebody who deserves the utmost, who deserves the best, who is admirable and transformational and inspiring and loving and nurturing and providing this like gorgeous place for them to rest and to be rejuvenated, and they want to give you what you need in order to be an equal and really excellent partner for you. Okay, so help them out there if they need it. They'll take it as a act of love for them to be kind of advised how to best love you if they're not already doing everything in their power to do that, because they want to. So I just want to get a few more cards here as your maybe final 2 or 3 cards. See if there's any other messages for you from your guides, from your person. What else does pile 3 need to know today? Okay, beautiful. And then bottom of the deck, we've got 7 of coins. This just feels like passion, like this slow burning fire that will never go out. So that's the message that wants to come through from that card for you. Just put these aside. All right, so we've got the Page of Wands and the Star. There's something here with the word inspiration keeps coming through for this reading. So, take that how it resonates for you, but I'm almost getting this sense that they've never maybe really understood love until they've met you, until this relationship with you. And they just really want you to know that you have inspired them, you've opened them up in this way that's beyond words to what truly loving somebody is and could be, and is what's possible. And they're so grateful to that, because before they met you, love was in a way almost bland. It was almost not something that they thought really gave that much meaning to life, or could really feed their soul and nurture their heart and provide them with this endless source of inspiration. You're like a muse to them. And they're just so grateful that you came into their lives. Like, they literally think they're lucky stars, and it makes them want to like dance and sing and celebrate when they think about how lucky they are for having met you, and that you love them back, and that you were able to be together, and all of the things, right? So again, take this how it resonates. This may be a future person coming in. This may be somebody coming back to you because they've kind of realized all of this after being away from you. But I think for a lot of you, this is your current person, although it does feel very new. And this is kind of a little bit of a preview of the like the degree of intensity that this relationship is and is going to get towards. Okay, so yeah, I hope that this reading was inspirational and what you were needing to hear today, and that it gave you that it just, you know, put a smile on your face as well. So I feel like pound number 3, you really deserve that. It seems like you're just this, you know, this person who is so loved and deserves that love. So don't forget that, okay? Your person is out there if you haven't found them yet. All right, so pound number 3, thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, share, comments. If you would like to get more readings and notified of more readings from this channel, don't forget to subscribe. All of those things really help my channel and help me to keep putting out these free readings for you guys. And I love doing them for you, so I hope to see you back again soon, and take care, Pal 3.